Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave with a deep nerd cut of a prop replica. I know the camera's bouncing around here. Sorry. Over COVID, I became obsessed with chasing zeros on my machine tools, and that led to an interest in metrology. That led to a video about my thoughts on metrology, which link is in the description, about the fact that there's no such thing as a measurement, that measurements are not sacrosanct facts, but they are levels of agreement between humans, and they have their limits. And their limits are far shorter than we thought they were. It turns out that those of us who find safety and faith in the numbers, all this time it's been feeling faith and safety in each other in collaboration. But one of the best artifacts within the history of metrology is France's kilogram. Now, the French were the earliest country to attempt to codify a measurement that could be used as a national resource. And they called it le grand K, the grand kilogram. And it is a beautiful object. It is a surpassingly lovely thing. There it is, the cylinder inside of two vacuum-sealed bell jars. Now, the reason they're vacuum-sealed is to prevent any oxidation or any change in the atomic structure of any part of the kilogram. I believe it's palladium and platinum, but I can't quite remember. Suffice to say, we have stopped using le grand K as our reference standard for the kilogram because all materials change over time and they can't be frozen at a specific measurement. And so the kilogram, like all of our weights and measures, has now been based upon a cosmological constant like the speed of light. I'm pretty sure I'm correct in all of that. So this is no longer a necessity, this object. There's pictures of it here. Here's a drawing of it. For a long time, I've had myself a gram weight scale set. This is pretty accurate. And when you want to go looking for a really nice kilogram, well, you find a lot like this. Now, the problem with this one is it's meant to be handled by people. And so it's got this, so you can put a fork in and go put it on something. I wanted a different kind of kilogram. And so first I found this one. I'm not going to touch it with my hands. First, I found this one here, which is pretty good. That one's pretty good. I like that. But then, aesthetically, I'm much more pleased with, that! Sorry, I don't mean to yell. I apologize, but that is a beautiful object. This is highly calibrated, traceable to, it looks like 3 zeros and a 9. So weight 1,000 grams. Traceable to National Bureau of Standards tolerances. So that has an actual number value. I don't know what it is, but it is traceable. I have also found, I found 2 perfect bell jars that really match the originals. And so now I am in the process of making the stand for them. Sorry, this part. And I'm actually going to make my stand a little bit thicker because I want it to be a little more magnificent. Here we go. Here's a version. Yeah. So I was going to say this has to be the first time anyone's done this prop replica. But what's really funny is as I've been doing research on le grand K, what I find is multiple museums with a version of it in their museum. And so I think I am not the first to have replicated this beautiful object. I believe within the teaching and the dissemination of the science of metrology, many grand Ks have been built le grand K. My apologies to French people everywhere for my accent, but we are going to be turning that out of rich light, and that's happening on the other lathe, so let's go there right now. Okay. I am now going to try and do some of the cutting of this on the bandsaw because I can't get all the way through with this bit that I have. All right. I have successfully cut away this on the bandsaw. It was not easy, but now I'm going to smooth it up. And I'm going to do almost all my work in terms of holding on to these guys, in terms of holding on to kilogram and its pieces with this piece of rich light. So if I want 5.6, I just go down to that. See if that works. Excellent. Yeah, I'm very pleased. I am going to make some legs for this, which means I'm putting it on the rotary table. But for right now, I want to drill the hole for the kilo, and it is of a certain size. Hold on. Its diameter is 1.86. Put in. tight. We need to crack it open on the outside. Oh, tiny bit narrower. Okay, good. I'm just going to do a test fit of all the systems here for a sec because I'd like to. So, oh, come on. Leg on. Okay. Here we go. And then the first bell jar and the second bell jar. That is beautiful. All right, we're going to cut 3 legs into this, and that's going to require us to grab this from the inside. Tilt it 90 degrees. That's not a problem. I'm going to take this down, put the vise back up. All right, ladies and germs, I'm going to wash my hands and do a final assembly of this guy. Okay. Here comes our Grand King. This will make it sticky but removable. This is B7000. All right, now all right. That'll also provide a little extra security. Awesome. I know, I always say I don't love glue, but this isn't glue. This is just a little extra secure help. There we go. There you go. Now you're seated. Excellent. Actually, I don't like the look of that. Let's get rid of that. Excellent. Okay, now that is held. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. All right, we are gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna do some cleaning up. Oh, actually, hold on. I thought you should see one of my favorite kilograms. So that's my weights and measures set. Yep, that's there. This is my 20. Oh, yeah, look at, 10, 20 pounds. Oh, look at that. Isn't that sweet? I picked this up on Craigslist for like $50 or something. It was great. All right, so this guy up here. I'm very, very happy. I have wanted this object. I've wanted this object for a long time. I've coveted this object for a long time. It is going to get a label that says Le Cranquet. That is a little chain that hangs around its neck, and that will be, I believe that's actually going to be a separate one-day build because I'm going to do some etching for that. Thank you guys for joining me for this. Remember, measure once, curse twice. Yeah, that's our demerit badge. See you guys next time. One of the things I love about this channel is that we don't make how-to videos so much as we make what happened videos. And what almost always happens are mistakes and screw-ups. In fact, they're completely integral to making and honestly to being a person. And to celebrate this, Tested has a new batch of demerit badges for the screw-ups you will encounter in the shop. From left to right, we have touching your paint job, assembling things backwards, losing a tiny screw or part, gluing your fingers together, and smashing your thumb. And frankly, if you haven't done both of these, even if you're not a maker, I just don't feel like you've experienced enough of the world. I'm not saying get out a hammer and smash your thumb, but I will tell you that the blacker your fingernail after the injury, the less it's gonna hurt in the long run. I almost forgot, these make excellent additions to your shop apron, and they are available at tested-store.com.